Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Nothin, where we talk all things and everything basketball. I'm Rhythm.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Kaya.
And today, we're going to be going through if today, exactly 1 month after the NBA season started, if the NBA season stopped, who would win each award. So we're going to go through every award: MVP, DPOY, Sixth Man of the Year, Most Improved, Coach of the Year, and Rookie of the Year. And we're just going to be saying who our picks would be if the season ended today. So, you guys think we should start off with MVP or we should end off with MVP? I think let's just get it out of the way, right?
Yeah, let's just start.
Cool, I'll let you start us off. Who do you got winning MVP if the season ended today?
Obviously, I have Nikola Jokic winning MVP because right now he is currently having his best statistical season he has ever had. And it's only like the first month or so of the season. He's averaging a triple-double, which is kind of normal for him. But it's a 30-point triple-double. He leads the league in rebounds. He leads the league in assists. He's top of the league in points. He's having pretty much a better season than he did last year, where you could argue that he was potentially MVP. Obviously, Shai won it. He's having a better season. But, like, now like his season is better than it was last year, and also the Nuggets are playing a lot better than they were last year. They're the second seed instead of being the fifth seed they were last year. So they're playing a lot better basketball as a team, and Jokic is playing better than he was last year, which is kind of crazy to say, but it's true.
Yeah, I think for me, you just pretty much summed it up very well. I think every single year that Jokic is in his prime, he's going to be in MVP conversations, and you could argue that he's going to be the MVP. Like, you could have made that argument since 2021, and you probably still will be able to make that argument until 2029. You know what I mean? That's just he's having one of the greatest offensive peaks we've ever seen from a center, from a player even in NBA history, and yeah, it's just this is one of the greatest offensive players we've ever seen. So, I mean, I can't really argue with that. If they gave Jokic the MVP today or at the end of the season, I wouldn't even be mad at it. But Kaya, who do you got winning MVP?
Me personally, I feel like Shai's gonna be the MVP this year. Not only because he is having a good scoring season, he's scoring 52 from field. I think the last 9 games he had over 30, and they've won all the last 9 games. His team's number 1 in the league. I just feel like, as powerful as him and the position he's in on the OKC can stand, I feel like he still has a chance to be the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I mean, cool. I feel like you and I both have the same thing to say about that. It's just OKC is just we were literally saying this last episode, they're gonna be the next dynasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shai's just the best player on the best team, really.
Yeah,
which is good. But
that's the MVP formula. That's been the MVP formula for the past 20 years. I mean, the biggest gripe, to play devil's advocate, the biggest gripe on him would probably be the fact that there are so many good players on that team. But also when you have I saw a Jimmy Howler video last year, and it's Jokic or a normal MVP would bring a team from bad to good, right? Shai brings his team from good to the greatest team of all time. You know what I mean? That would probably be the argument for Shai. Despite having so many good players, only lost one game. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Portland Trailblazers, by the way. But yeah, Shai is just so good at basketball. We've been known this. Maybe voter fatigue will get him. But I have a sneaky pick. Someone who hasn't won MVP, which is crazy to me because I think he deserved it back in 2024. It's Luka Doncic, newly Los Angeles Laker. He's missed a couple games this season, 4 to be exact, which is probably the biggest gripe on him. But like Cole was talking about, the Nuggets are the 2 seed, Lakers are the 3 seed. You know what I mean? They've missed LeBron for a good chunk of the season. LeBron was out, right? And yeah, it's not the same LeBron, right? But still, Luka Doncic was able to carry that team on his back. He's averaging 35 points per game, right? He dropped in a big win against the Spurs. He dropped a 35-point near triple-double with 13 assists, right? In a big win against the Bucks, he dropped 41 points, right? In a against the Grizzlies, 44 points. You know what I mean? Against the Wolves, 49 points. Warriors, 43 points, right? This guy we know who Luka Doncic is. We know he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. We know that it was the dumbest trade in NBA history to ever trade him, to ever think about trading him. But like, this guy hasn't won MVP yet. He's doing this with a team that's best center is DeAndre Ayton. Like, we saw what DeAndre Ayton was doing on Portland last year, and we see what he's doing on LA this year, and we're like, whoa, like, that's the Luka effect. You know what I mean? We're seeing Austin Reeves step his game up. You have to give some credit of that to, like, the gravity that Luka receives from defenders. Yeah, his influence, right? The defenders are so swarmed on him that it gives Austin Reeves more, like, looks. You know what I mean? Like, we're seeing the entire team step up. And we didn't see that in the Lakers in the past. So, like, you got to credit some of that to Luka. You know what I mean? And that's why I think he hasn't won before. He's on a new team. The storylines are on his favor. So, I got Luka winning MVP. You know what I mean? But what do y'all think about that?
I feel like Luka has just been a great inspiration to a lot of the players that play like him on the Lakers. A lot of the guards who want to do it all, right? They're passing the ball more, shooting better, making better shots, taking better shots, and they're becoming scorers similar to Luka Doncic, you know?
Yeah, but I kind of feel like that, like, with you saying that, like, Luka kind of, like, allows, like, the other players to, like, elevate because they have, like, less protections on them. Well, that's kind of true. I feel like also, like, you mentioned DeAndre Ayton. Like, he was good on the Suns before he went to Portland. So, while Devin Booker isn't, like, the same player, or they are very similar, Devin Booker and Luka Doncic, and you could argue that, like, they're kind of the same caliber player. Obviously, Luka's better, but Booker's still very good. Like, I kind of feel like that, like, saying that, like, just because it's Luka and you need to defend him more, like, giving open looks to other players shouldn't, like, mean he's MVP, you know?
Well, I feel like for using the example, like, we directly see Luka's influence on Ayton, you know what I mean? Like, we directly see that when Luka and Ayton run the pick and roll, the defenders go to Luka's side and leaves Ayton open, you know what I mean? Like, we can see that Ayton has been, like, a really good lob threat for Luka. Like, not discrediting the fact that he was good or serviceable on the Suns, but just the fact that, like, there's such a massive leap from when we last saw him on the Blazers to now what we're seeing from him on the Lakers. Like, we see that difference, like, it's like night and day, you know what I mean? So I feel like we have to credit some of that to Luka. But yeah, I mean, but I get what you're saying. Like, we can't just credit all of that to Luka. But as we move on to the second award, Defensive Player of the Year. Kai, you want to start us off for this one?
I feel like it's the obvious answer. I feel like it's Wemby this year. I feel like he's led the league in blocks per game. It's just like, we know him. He's a huge 7'5" guy. When people get into the paint, they don't want to be in the paint anymore, right? They don't want to put the ball up. They don't want to risk a turnover. It's just things like that. He's just an overall great defensive player.
Yeah, honestly, like, I have to agree with Kaya. Unless Victor is, like, out again, like last year, and he misses the 65-game minimum, then it's gonna be Evan Mobley. But it's gonna be Victor because of, like Kaya said, like, just like his paint defense and how many blocks he has per game. He leads the league in blocks by, like, up quite a sizable margin, and also he's second in the league in rebounds, only behind Jokic. So he's just, like, he's the best defensive big man in the league right now, and that's kind of just what you need to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Bro, like, I don't even know what to say. Like, this guy's, like, they call him the alien, but, like, he's so much more of an alien. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, this guy's just, like scary for, like, offensive players to play against. Like, whenever I see, like, little petite Demonis Sabonis in the paint against Victor, I'm like, yeah, nah, kick that out, you know what I mean? Like, the only gripe on Victor would probably be, like, maybe he's not gonna miss the 65-game minimum, because, like, that's what happened last year, and he's out for 4 to 6 weeks anyway, you know what I mean? But, like, Cole, you named your sleeper pick Evan Mobley. I gotta name my sleeper pick. Shout out Scottie Barnes. I think that if Victor wasn't going to be the DPOY, if he was going to be hurt, I think Scottie Barnes would be my DPOY. He has the stats. He's averaging 2 blocks and 2 steals per game. But if you watch the Raptors, this is one of the most versatile defenders in the league right now. The way he's able to switch from, he's 6'8", so he's easily able to switch from guarding guards and just boom, now he's in the paint guarding your best center. You know what I mean? The way he's able to just switch on a dime just like that, because he's fast and he's also athletic and big with a big wingspan. Like, this is like one of the most versatile guys that I've seen since like prime OG Anunoby, you know what I mean? So shout out to my acoustic brother Scottie Barnes. I think that he would be my DPOY pick if that freaking alien down in San Antonio, Wemby, didn't win it. But yeah, he would probably be my pick if Wemby got hurt. What do y'all think about that?
I can see it, if I'm being honest.
I feel like he's putting work in. I feel like he can do it all defense wise, but I just feel like he needs a platform to perform on.
Yeah. Real quick, before we move on to Rookie of the Year, I just want to go back to MVP and say one more thing. I think that the MVP of for the NBA itself this year has to be James Harden, because y'all know in the Paul George trade,
yeah,
in the Paul George trade, the Clippers or the Thunder got the Clippers pick. And the Clippers have not looked good this year, except for that boy down in LA, James Harden.
He's going crazy right now, man.
For the sake of the NBA itself, James Harden needs to win the Clippers basketball games, because if not, then the NBA is cooked. If the Thunder get AJ DeBansta, Lord help us all, bro. I don't even know what to say about that. If the Thunder get AJ DeBansta, and James Harden is the only one. So James Harden, if you can hear me, please save us. Please save us, James Harden. But yeah, if y'all are done with DPOY, trying to move on to Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
All right, I'll go first. Honestly, I think this year, at least with the start of the season, that Cooper Flagg has had, and kind of like how it's been kind of slow compared to VJ Edgecombe. I think VJ Edgecombe is going to be Rookie of the Year. While he has kind of cooled off compared to like his hot start he had in the first 2-3 games, I think he's still outperforming Cooper Flagg on the Sixers, and the Sixers are winning basketball games, and the Mavericks aren't. So that also goes into his favor.
That's what happened with Scottie Barnes back in 2022. How he won over Mobley. But
yeah,
Kai, you got anything to say about that?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like he's done. I feel like within his first month, first few weeks, I feel like he's really proved himself to be capable of playing in the league. I feel like he wasn't underrated, I wouldn't say, but I feel like nobody knew he was going to be this ready to jump into the league like this, right? To jump onto a team with so much chemistry and still play excellent like this. I feel like he's doing a very great job, just doing his job, doing what he needs to do.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are just riding off of the hot start that VJ Edgecombe had. Like, he dropped 34 in his first game, yeah. But then also he shot 2 for 11 versus the Celtics. And he shot 3 for 14 versus the Cavs. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
Personally, I feel like he balances it out, you know? I feel like if he didn't have that first game where he scored so much and he kept scoring 14, 15, 20, 12, like those type of numbers, I feel like he'd still be good. He'd still be an acceptable player, acceptable for Rookie of the Year. Just his grit.
I don't know.
I think that Cooper Flagg has also had these up and down games, whereas some nights he'll drop a 20 plus, and he'll actually have a good game, and other games he'll barely get over 15 or be under 15, and so it's kind of both of them are gonna have their ups and downs this season because they're both rookies. I feel like with Cooper Flagg, his ups and downs are gonna be more noticeable because of how bad the Mavericks are this year. So that. It's honestly, at this point in the season, it could go either way. If it was 2 weeks ago, it's 100% VJ Edgecombe, but now Cooper Flagg has kind of gotten into his rhythm. His first 2 games were not good at all, but now he's definitely playing better basketball. He's scoring more. He's getting more rebounds, while the Mavericks aren't really winning games at all.
Well, yeah,
he's still playing good.
Yeah,
because Mavericks kind of suck. So.
Well, yeah, because in his first couple of games, he was playing point guard, bro. What is Jason Kidd
yeah.
What was he talking about? Saying I'm trying to make that dude uncomfortable. But
Well, that's one way to do it. It's just
Yeah,
make him play a
yeah.
position he's never played before, I guess.
Hey, but y'all are saying it's a two-man race, but I think that there's a person who's better than both of these guys, and if the season had to say, he would win Rookie of the Year. For me, that's Knipple, right?
Yeah.
The shooting
Oh,
guard
okay.
on the Hornets. I feel that I made a video last week when I was talking to Cole, and I was saying that Knipple, like, he isn't a dominant on-ball creator, but he's like a Klay Thompson guy. And then Knipple, I guess he listened to the pod or something, because he proceeded to drop 24, 28, 26, and 28, and being the primary facilitator with LaMelo Ball out, right? And that just completely shut me up. That just completely changed my mindset on who Knipple is, because this guy really is nice like that. Like, he looks like he would be bagging my groceries at Safeway, you know what I mean? But he's over here crossing up your favorite defender. He's over up getting that little tween on Nickeil Alexander-Walker and getting to the cup like that. He's here going on Andrew Nembhard, who guarded Shai in the finals last year. Step back, bucket, right? From three. Like, this guy is really nice like that. And maybe the last 4 games are overshadowing my vision, just like VJ Edgecombe's first couple of games are overshadowing a lot of other people's visions. But this guy is really nice like that. And shout out to you, Knipple. You are generational. And also, he's bringing the... Alright, why are you laughing at that, bro?
Okay, he's not
Knipple's nice,
generational.
bro.
man.
He's nice, bro. He's nice. He's nice.
He's nice, but he's not generational. He's not generational.
Bro. Alright, but still, if you can bring that Hornets culture up by having a team dinner back in Wisconsin, then if you can make LaMelo Ball go to a suburban household in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, then you're generational, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he also dropped 32 versus the Bucks, 30 versus the Hornets, 24 versus the Jazz, and then those last 4 games that I was just talking about. This guy's my Rookie of the Year. And LaMelo Ball, you are a not a Charlotte Hornet, because they got that dog Knipple. But y'all got anything to say about that?
I think honestly, what you kind of said is true, where it's kind of he's now just getting hot. He didn't really start out too hot to start the season, kind of like Cooper Flagg, but now he's kind of just balling out, in these last 4 or 5 games. So we'll see
for sure.
kind of how it goes over the next couple of weeks, months, for the rest of the season, regular season. Kind of see how he goes, how Cooper Flagg and VJ Edgecombe go. So it's going to be a fun race, though, because those 3 are kind of balling out right now.
Yeah.
For sure. And shout out Ace Bailey. He's probably going to heat up sometime.
Yeah, Ace Bailey's doing good, too.
So, yeah, he's been doing great this season.
Trey Johnson, too. Trey Johnson's looking good. This is going to be a great Rookie of the Year race. Holy. Derek Queen. Shout out Derek Queen. He's... Yo, yeah, we completely forgot to shout out bro out. Nah, he's a dog, bro. He's actually
he's been
nice.
doing well on a bad Pelicans team, too, bro.
Bro, he's been their best player.
Yeah, he has been their best player.
I was saying, Knipple wasn't really on my radar, because, and I think that's because the Hornets have been losing so much, they haven't been doing good as a team. But now that you say it, I recognize his personal stats and his upcoming as a rookie. And I do think he does have strong potential for Rookie of the Year.
For sure. Nah, but yeah, back to Derek Queen. Yo, do y'all got anything to say about him? All I know is just he's a dog, bro. Like shout out DeAndre Jordan too. The way he's just been mentoring him this season, that's been really cool to see. And also now he's just the face of Louisiana sports, because the Atlanta Falcons posted him after they beat the Saints. But shout out Derek Queen though. He literally dropped 30 against the Nuggets, dropped 20 against the Mavs, dropped 20 against the Hawks, dropped 26 against the Blazers. This guy, he's more than the stat sheet too. He can move really well. He's probably the best moving big man I've seen since Jokic. Alright, whoa, that's a little too much, right? But still, bro, this guy's, and the Pelicans traded their first round pick for him. I'm gonna be honest.
I think
Screw them picks, bro.
That's a good trade,
Bro,
yeah.
Derek Queen's a nice, he's a dog, bro. Okay, if they get AJ DeBansta, if the Hawks get AJ, fine. then you can say that they lost that trade. But nah, Derek Queen is nice. Like, I feel like if they ended up with like Koa Pete, I would take Derek Queen over Koa Pete. Like, I feel like the Pelicans actually might have cooked up with that trade, bro. But
yeah, Derek Queen is definitely playing really well right now. Honestly, like, yeah, this rookie of the year race is pretty wide open. There's definitely like, you know, 3 guys like Derek Queen, Knipple, Edgecombe, Flagg. You could maybe put Ace Babe in there in like 2 months if he gets hot. Like, it's definitely gonna be, like you said, a fun race to just
it's actually gonna
watch.
be a really fun race. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Only all of these guys
but
were not on bad teams though. Like.
Oh yeah.
But
hey, nah, but y'all, hey, cool. Wait till you see Nico Harrison's vision out though. Mavs contenders, bro. Defense wins championships.
No, it's not. It's not
Defense
happening
wins
anymore.
championships, bro. Come on.
It's not. If they trade AD, it's not happening.
Yeah. Hey, but let's go to what's next? Sixth man of the year. Let's do
Sixth
sixth
man.
man of the year.
Sixth man of the year, yeah.
Yeah. Should I start it off? I think
Yeah, you
that
can
my
go.
sixth man of the year. Popular pick is AJ Mitchell. I think that's probably one of you guys' picks too, so I'll let y'all talk about that. But my pick is probably Jaime Jaquez. I was talking about him the other episode about how now that Jimmy's gone, he's taken a lot more of an on-ball role. He's been able to really work well in this offense with a little like less pressure offense. He's not the number one. Norman Powell is still like the de facto number one option on that team. But I've loved what I've seen about Jaime Jaquez this year, averaging 17 and 7. Like, this guy's looked really, really good, and he's come off the bench a majority of the games, still playing 30 minutes a night, but he's shooting efficiently, 50% from the field. He got to get that 3-point shooting up, but you know what I mean? Like, this guy's 60% true shooting percentage. Like, I'm really liking what I see out of Jaime Jaquez this year, and I know I already spoke about him in our Eastern Conference episode, but just to like go a little bit more into that, like, he was really good his rookie year, like summer league especially, and then he just took a complete downturn his sophomore season, and now with like a less pressure, I mean, it's still the Miami Heat, so they're gonna have like a lot more like they're gonna still be like strict about that, but he's been looking really good when he has like more time to just develop into the player that he can be, and I'm really liking what I've seen out of him this year. So he would probably be my sixth man of the year pick, or AJ Mitchell.
Yeah, honestly, I'll talk about AJ Mitchell a little bit here because honestly, I could see him be either sixth man or potentially most improved as well, just because of he's kind of come out of nowhere, low key. This season, he's averaging 16 and 27 minutes off the bench right now, which is kind of crazy on a stacked OKC team. But you know, obviously J-Dub is out, and that's gonna kind of affect like how other players play. And I think honestly, it's kind of one of the reasons why he's getting so many minutes, and he's doing well out there. You know, he's shooting the ball pretty well, and you know, he's helping the Thunder win games, which is kind of all you need to do coming off the bench.
Yeah, definitely. Besides those two, I do agree with both of those, but I could also say Jeremy Grant or like a Peyton Pritchard. You know, I feel like Jeremy Grant, after he had that great game against Milwaukee the other day, I feel like he's shown great. He's just been playing great these past few games, right? Coming off the bench, averaging 18 points. Just, I feel like he's playing well.
Yeah. But also, when you're making $150 million, like, you would kind of hope that you would hope a guy averages 18 points if you're making if you paid him 5 years, $150 million to get Damian Lillard to stay. But nah. But going back to AJ Mitchell though, elite ball knowledge right here. That's the waiver wire pickup of the year in fantasy basketball. Shout out Will Dolstrup. If y'all picked him up, you're winning your league. But Kaya, you said Peyton Pritchard as well. He didn't start off the year too hot, but you know, definitely this guy's been a sixth man of the year contender for a lot of years. You know what I mean? Didn't he win sixth man of the year last year? Yeah. So like, this guy's definitely a dog. But yeah, I love you guys' picks.
It's not nothing new.
Yeah, it's not nothing new. Yeah. But I think we can like agree that probably the consensus would be if the season ended today, it would be AJ Mitchell. I just didn't really want to go with like the whole cliche OKC Thunder pick, but I'd probably say AJ Mitchell.
Right.
But if we're moving on, And we were talking about, Cole was talking about how AJ Mitchell's like unexpected jump of the year. There's a whole award for that. Most improved player.
There is.
That was a banger transition right there, huh? But hey, I'll start this one off. Hey, I'm gonna put you on a little hypothetical right here, okay? Close your eyes. Imagine you're an NBA player, all right? You get traded, okay? And then you get arrested, okay? And then you get cut, okay? And then you're also undersized, okay? You've never played real minutes in your life, okay? And then you get traded to a team that just released one of their best players, okay? And then out of nowhere, you randomly start averaging 20 points per game and being the second leading scorer and the primary ball handler on your team.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you be like, damn, I'm the most improved player?
I would think so.
You, sir, are Ryan Rollins. And what this guy has been doing on the Bucks this year is just completely, like, I didn't even know I mean, I've heard of his name before, but the majority of NBA fans probably didn't even know who Ryan Rollins was last year. And now he's the second leading scorer. He's completely taken up that Damian Lillard role. I mean, not to the extent that Damian Lillard is, because that's Damian Lillard, you feel me, right? But, like, what he's been able to do on that Bucks team after being cut by the Wizards, traded by the Warriors, cut by the Wizards. He's averaging 20 points. He's taking up the primary ball handler, point guard, bringing up the ball roll. He's completely good in that role, right? He's dropped 32 against the Sixers. He's dropped 25 against the Hornets. He's dropped 32 against the Warriors. He's dropped 25 against the Knicks. 20 against the, or 24 against the Pistons and the Cavs. Like, these are good teams that he's just being such a great complementary piece next to Giannis for. And there are also two very cliche picks, right? But as I was talking about, I feel like the most improved player is more like, a lot of people like to say, like, when Tyrese Maxey won a couple years ago. Tyrese Maxey was good, and then he turned into a superstar, right? Ryan Rollins came out of nowhere, and now he's like a really good player. Like, he's a star player on his team, right? And that's what I feel like the most improved player criteria should be. Not like a person who was already good and then turned into a superstar. I feel like it should be like someone who was just out of nowhere and then they turn into a good player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. For my most improved player, I'm gonna go with Danny Avdija, mainly because right now he is the best player on the Trailblazers team, which has honestly taken a step up. They're not in a playoff spot right now, but they are in the play-in, which is definitely better than where they were last year. And he has definitely kind of come out of nowhere. Now, he was drafted in the first round in 2020 and then made his way over to Portland. And now he's kind of just blossomed into a really good big man offensively. And he's one of the reasons why Portland is winning more games than a lot of people thought they would be at this point in the season, for sure.
Yeah. But, like, I feel like that's just the same thing. Like, Denny Avdija was, like, really good last year. He was their best player last year. And now he's just, like, a bona fide superstar. But, like, I feel like that's, like, the most improved for me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the most improved is, like, just a guy who came out of nowhere. But, like, I don't know. Kai, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think I have somebody who's pretty in the middle. I would say Jalen Duren. I feel like between season last year, he was averaging like 11 points. This year he's averaging over 20. I feel like his presence has, like, his presence on the court has gotten so much better. I feel like that's due to the coaching, due to the team's winning status. I just feel like everything is working more efficiently with him. He's scoring 67% from the fields, 67%. He's dunking more, shooting better.
Why you cliff on me, bro?
He's like, I just feel like he's a way better defensive player also. Just an overall just great player for...
Yeah. No, yeah, this guy's a dog, bro. Like, I'm telling you, this is the second best player on the Pistons. And I mean, I would say like, yeah, he would probably be my most improved player if he wasn't the 13th overall pick. Like, we knew he was gonna be a dog. Like, we knew he was gonna turn into like a really good player. I mean, he's averaging 20 and 12, which is like great numbers. He just dropped 31 and 15 on Pascal Siakam and the Pacers. You know what I mean? Like, that's dominant right there. Like, this guy is really, like, he's a really good basketball player. But, like, he's also the 13th overall pick. This is like when John Morant won most improved. Like, you're the number 2 overall pick, bro. Like, we knew you were gonna be, you were gonna be this. You know what I mean? That's why I think Ryan Rollins.
I
Ryan Rollins
kinda
also
feel like-
undrafted too.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like that most improved is also just kind of like players that like also just have really good seasons that haven't before. Like, I feel like it's also for that, like, while you could like acknowledge players that like, you know, come out of nowhere, like a Ryan Rollins, like you kind of have to also acknowledge like players who, wow, you could like were high draft picks are also like playing really really good basketball. So
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
also
I feel like
it's most
Jalen Duren is a
improved.
good example because of, yeah, I feel like because he got a little bit better in every single aspect of his game, his defense, his shooting, his efficiency. I feel like that gives him more of an uphand, you know?
Nah, yeah, you're right. But I feel like it's most improved player of the year. Like, it's not breakout player of the year. You know what I mean? Like, if it was breakout player of the year, then like Cade Cunningham would have won last year. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Tyrese Maxey won the other year, because they think it's breakout player of the year. No, it's most improved. And like, I feel like the most improved, going from not being on an NBA roster, not even getting real minutes, to being the second best player on a team with Miles Turner, and they used to have Damian Lillard. That's my most improved player. You know what I mean? But y'all definitely have great picks. Like, I definitely agree with those picks. Shout out Denny Abdi. He's carrying my fantasy team. I'm 1-4, and I just smoked you, Kaya. So he helped me smoke you. So, but let's go over to Coach of the Year as our final award. Cole, how about you start us off with this one?
all right, honestly, for Coach of the Year, I know it's a little cop out, but it's gonna be JB Bickerstaff with the Pistons, in my opinion.
Boo hoo.
Which, like, I know it's like, oh, you're picking the coach on the best team, but like the Pistons, like, I guarantee both of you did not expect the Pistons to be the second best record-wise in the NBA with almost 20 games played in the season. Like,
No, for
we
sure, yeah.
expected them to be like pretty decent this year. Like, maybe like their ceiling was the 4 seed and they would be kind of around where they were last year, but not the best team in the East and the second best team in the NBA. Obviously,
Yeah.
what JB Bickerstaff has done this year has been great. They also haven't really made many offseason additions, which is also kind of wild. It's just the young guys are starting to ball out even more than they were last year, which is kind of crazy to say as well, based on, you know, how Cade had an amazing season last year, and he's doing better than that, arguably. So is Jaden Ivey, you know, so all these young guys, man.
I also feel like, and y'all are gonna think I'm lying because I'm saying this now just because the Pistons were up, but like I feel like even back when they had Monty Williams, like I always knew that this Pistons team was like gonna be good. It's just that Monty Williams is just so bad that he just made them like he made Killian Hayes be the on-ball dominant guard over Cade Cunningham. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, Monty Williams is just so bad that he made this Pistons team look so bad. I feel like JB Bickerstaff is just letting them play to their floor. You know what I mean? Like, he's just letting them play with how they should be. Like, you know what I mean? I that's gonna sound like a cop-out answer, but like, I mean, it is working for sure. But I feel like this is just how good the Pistons are. I feel like we can't really give too much credit to coaching, though he has been great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, if he was a really bad coach, he would look like Monty Williams, and they would win 28 straight They would lose 28 straight games.
Right.
But I feel like this is just more credit to just how good Cade Cunningham has been, how good Jalen Duren has been, over just like the brilliant IQ of JB Bickerstaff. You know what I mean? But he has brought a really good defensive identity, and he's the #1 seed. So I can't say he's a bad coach. So it's the cop-out pick, but it's a pick for sure.
Yeah.
Kai, what do you think?
Yeah. I'd say Darko Rajakovic. Or Rakovic, sorry. I feel like sorry for the Raptors. I feel like it's because I feel like he's changed the Raptors dynamic as a whole. I feel like he's turned the ship around. He's letting the players play their game more, and he's turning them into a winning team by doing so, right?
Yeah. Did you see the video the other day? You seen the video from the other day of like the Raptors, like Garrett Temple and Grady Dick like dancing before the game?
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's always a good sign of a good coach when your players like are like having fun, because that just shows that you create a really good culture in the locker room, which is like
Yeah.
what a good coach needs. And shout out to your JB Bickerstaff pick, because like Monty Williams was not having that in the Pistons locker room.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
Yeah, but nah, that would probably be like why I would pick Darko too. Or my pick isn't Darko, but if I were to say Darko, it's just like the fact that the Raptors are the number 3 seed of the East, you know what I mean? The culture looks good, like you were saying, the dynamics looks really good, but yeah, no, that's a good pick for sure.
I feel like I do agree he's created a great team atmosphere and things like that.
Yeah, but for me, for my criteria for Coach of the Year, it's like, can you really take the pieces that you're working with and put them to the max? Like, cool, JB Bickerstaff, I feel like he was given a really good roster, you know what I mean? So I feel like he isn't really like making the best out of that roster because it's a really good roster. I mean, yeah, he is making the best out of it, but he isn't making the best out of like a bad roster and turning them good. Like, that's what I feel like a really good coach is, you know what I mean? Like Kaya, like he has Scottie Barnes, who was like actually like an all NBA level player, you know what I mean? This guy traded a top 10 player in NBA history, traded him this offseason, new roster, new additions, with no first-round picks, and they are sitting at 11-7 and 7th in the Western Conference. That is Jordan Ah of the Phoenix Suns. I feel like what he's been able to do with this team, and Cole, you and I were talking about this when they played Wemby, and they basically shut him down when the Suns played the Spurs, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like what he's been doing with what he's been working with is crazy. He's turned Grayson Allen into a 20-point per game scorer. He has turned Colin Gillespie into one of the clutchest players. The Suns were literally down 8 points to the Timberwolves with 1 minute left, and Colin Gillespie said, not on my watch. Like, this guy, like, you know what I mean? And then he called game. Like, he's turning Mark Williams into a really good player, which, you know, he was a really good player in Charlotte, but he's a dog now. You know what I mean? Dylan Brooks, been a dog, but the culture's shifted now. Like, these guys are underdogs, you know what I mean? And they don't even have any first round picks that they're playing the tank for, you know what I mean? Like, they're going out there and they're playing and they're winning games. And then, I mean, like, what is there to say about Devin Booker? You know what I mean? Like, we know who this guy is, right? Like, I feel like there's nothing really to say about him. But what Jordan Ott has been able to do to maximize this roster is why he's my Coach of the Year pick. And I thought he was going to be a bad hire because I just thought ownership hired him because he was from Michigan State. But he's been a really good hire for the team. So shout out to Jordan Ott. But I feel like all the guys you guys named could definitely be picks.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's leave it off. Let's leave it off with our championship pick. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Oklahoma City Thunder. Actually, no, I got the Chicago Bulls. They were the 1 seed. Couple games into the season. Josh Giddey, triple-double man. Chicago Bulls 2026 champions. Book it right now.
No, it's not happening. They are actually really bad right now. Like, they got blown out by the Pelicans.
You seen Vucevic, like, hella mad? Vucevic was, like, really mad in a post-game interview. He was like, these guys are children. And then there was some dude behind him was like, Jalen Smith was like, celebrate the win, man. Come on, celebrate the win. He was like, you children. We've lost 7 of our last 10 games. But yeah.
I'm so mad at this year's Cleveland roster too.
Oh yeah. Hey, let it go, bro. But I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because the Kings are in overtime and I want to watch that game.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like there's nothing really to say about the Thunder. We know who this team is. They're 17-1 and they're missing Jalen Williams. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, they
Y'all
actually
can
might
go more with that.
go freaking 74-8 or better. Like, that's it's just
77-5, bro. More than that.
Yeah, they genuinely like might get over the 75 win mark, which is wild to me.
Yeah, and Shai's the best player of all time.
Okay, that's not
Shout
true.
out July 12th. But OKC is gonna win it all. The season's basically a waste. But let us know who you guys have winning all these awards: MVP, DPOY, 6th Man of the Year, Most Improved Rookie of the Year, and Coach of the Year back in the comments. And let us know if you guys have another sleeper pick to win the championship. But with that being said, we'll see y'all next week. This episode's dropping Tuesday, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.